The next pope is in this video. Each cardinal in this video holds a story, a mission, and a quiet possibility of becoming the next leader of over 1 billion Catholics worldwide. You're about to meet every single cardinal eligible to vote in the next conclave, each with a defining quote, their origin, age, and the pope who elevated them. Among them, hidden in plain sight, is the future pope. Watch closely. His story begins here. José Fuerte Advíncula, known for his calm leadership in a country where Catholicism faces social tension. Américo Manuel Aguiar Alves, media savvy and one of the youngest cardinals, famous for organizing World Youth Day 2023 in Lisbon. Carlos Aguiar Retes, expert in church-state relations in Latin America, with strong pastoral diplomacy. Fridolin Ambongo Besungu, outspoken on environmental and social justice issues in Africa, a real voice for the Global South. Anders Arborelius, first Swedish cardinal ever and a convert from Lutheranism, a bridge to ecumenism. Jean-Marc Aveline, philosopher theologian with deep experience in interreligious dialogue, especially with Islam. João Braz de Avis, a builder of unity in religious orders, known for healing divisions in the Vatican's religious office. Fabio Baggio, migrant expert at the Vatican. His focus is global human mobility and refugee care. Philippe Barbarin, once a powerful voice in France, now quieter after legal controversy, still respected for intellectual depth. Clemis Baselios, major archbishop of the Syro-Malankara Church, represents the Eastern Catholic voice. Domenico Battaglia, nicknamed the Street Bishop for his work with the poor and addicted in Naples. Ignace Bessi Dogbo, a theologian with a heart for catechesis in Africa, building faith through education. Giuseppe Battori, a seasoned scholar of scripture and church history, the academic among Italy's cardinals. Charles Maungbo, a voice for democracy and peace in troubled Myanmar, with global interfaith credibility. Vicente Bacalic Iglich, deeply involved in youth ministry in Argentina, pastoral at heart, close to the people. Josip Bozanic, former Archbishop of Zagreb, with a strong presence in post-communist church rebuilding. Leopoldo José Brenes Solorzano, mediator during Nicaragua's political crises, skilled in navigating turbulent waters. Stephen Brislin Strong, South African voice for justice and reconciliation, with interfaith outreach. Raymond Leo Burke, prominent voice of traditional Catholicism, known for his theological firmness. François Xavier Bustillo, former Franciscan provincial in Spain, known for his writings on silence and contemplation. Mykola Bishok, Ukrainian-born but serving in Australia, he represents the global Catholic diaspora. Luis Gerardo Cabrera Herrera, a Franciscan with a big heart for social justice and deep Amazon synod involvement. Oscar Cantoni, quietly pastoral, he's deeply focused on clergy formation in Italy. Carlos Gustavo Castillo Matasolio, a close disciple of liberation theology, pioneer Gustavo Gutierrez. Fernando Natalio Chomali Garib, an electrical engineer turned bishop, efficient, practical, and pastoral. Stephen Chow Saoyan, Bishop of Hong Kong, key figure for church dialogue with China. Manuel do Nascimento Clemente, known for his deep intellect and cultural approach to the faith in Portugal. José Cobocano, one of Spain's youngest archbishops, his surprise appointment made headlines. Thomas Christopher Collins, a champion for religious freedom in Canada, steady and articulate. Paulo Cesar Costa, young, sharp theologian from Brazil with growing influence in Rome. Joseph Coots, a fearless promoter of interfaith peace in Pakistan, respected across religions. Blase Joseph Kupik, one of Pope Francis's top allies in the U.S., focused on pastoral renewal. Michael Cherney, leading voice on migrants and climate change at the Vatican, Laudato Si in action. Pablo Virgilio Sionco David, president of the Filipino bishops, bold against political abuses, rooted in scripture. Angelo de Donatis, the Pope's vicar for Rome, directly overseeing the pastoral life of the diocese. Joseph de Kessel, Belgium's leading synodal voice, quiet but highly respected in Europe. John Atcherley Dew, a down-to-earth pastor from New Zealand with a strong synodal spirit. Daniel Nicholas DiNardo, balanced and reliable, a steadying hand in the U.S. Church. Virgilio do Carmo da Silva, first cardinal from East Timor, a symbol of faith flourishing in small nations. Timothy Michael Dolan, media-friendly and full of personality, he's one of America's most recognizable bishops. Willem Jacobus Eijk, a trained medical doctor and moral theologian, firm voice on bioethics in Europe. Peter Erdo, top canon law expert and former head of Europe's bishops, deep Vatican experience. Kevin Joseph Farrell, in charge of the Vatican's Family and Laity Office, key player in major global events. Victor Manuel Fernandez, ghostwriter of some of Pope Francis' biggest documents, now head of the Doctrine Office. Angel Fernandez Artime, first Salesian rector major made a cardinal, youth-oriented and full of missionary zeal. Felipe Neri Ferrão, head of India's Latin Rite bishops, focused on social harmony and education. Fernando Filoni, former Vatican diplomat and top missionary official, global reach and deep experience. Sebastian Francis, known for promoting interfaith peace in multicultural Malaysia. Mauro Gambetti, former guardian of Assisi's Basilica, blends Franciscan humility with Vatican authority. Juan de la Caridad Garcia Rodriguez, a voice of hope in Cuba's difficult religious climate, pastoral and resilient. William Seng Chai Go, Archbishop of Singapore, bridging tradition and modernity in a tech-driven society. Arlindo Gomez Furtado, Cape Verde's first cardinal, focused on church presence in small, often overlooked nations. Mario Grech, Secretary General of the Synod, key figure shaping the Church's synodal future. Wilton Daniel Gregory, first African-American cardinal, symbol of inclusion and dignity in the U.S. Church. Claudio Gujarati, Vatican's top diplomat to Eastern Europe, skilled in church diplomacy. James Michael Harvey, former prefect of the papal household, seasoned Vatican insider. Jean-Claude Hollerich, leading figure in the Synod on synodality, Jesuit with big ideas for church renewal. Antoine Kambanda, Rwanda's only cardinal, known for reconciliation work after the genocide. Tarcisio Isao Kikuchi, head of Caritas Internationalis, bringing Asian and global humanitarian leadership. Kurt Koch, in charge of ecumenical relations, deep thinker and bridge builder with Orthodox churches. George Jacob Kuvakad, a young Vatican diplomat from India, already playing a key role in curial affairs. Francis Xavier Kringsak Kovitavanij, known for promoting dialogue in Buddhist-majority Thailand. Konrad Krajewski, the Pope's Robin Hood, in charge of Vatican charity and always hands-on. Jean-Pierre Coutois, Ivorian Archbishop focused on peace-building after political violence. Gérald Cyprien Lacroix, practical, energetic, and well-loved, leading the church in secular Quebec. Shibli Langlois, Haiti's first cardinal, brings attention to a church serving amid poverty and instability. Francis Leo, one of the youngest cardinals in North America, on a fast track in the Canadian church. Augusto Paolo Lohudice, former social worker turned archbishop, outspoken about migrant rights in Italy. Cristobal Lopez Romero, archbishop in Morocco, Catholic leader in a mostly Muslim nation. Thomas Aquino Magno Maeda, a poet and peace advocate from Japan, spiritual and culturally grounded. Soan Patita Paini Mafi, from the tiny island of Tonga, brings a unique Pacific perspective to the church. Rolandas Makrikas, young Lithuanian working in the Vatican, sharp administrative mind with Eastern European roots. Dominique Mamberti, top Vatican legal expert, former foreign minister and current head of the Apostolic Signatura. Giorgio Marengo, the church's youngest cardinal, serving in Mongolia with missionary simplicity. Adalberto Martinez Flores, Paraguay's first cardinal, brings strong social awareness and local credibility. Antonio Augusto dos Santos Marto helped organize Pope Francis' visit to Fatima, respected for pastoral warmth and openness. Reinhard Marx, a heavyweight in church reform conversations, outspoken, controversial, and influential. Dominique Joseph Mathieu, serving in Iran, offers insight into the Christian minority experience in Islamic contexts. Robert Walter McElroy, progressive voice from California, known for tackling polarization in the church. Francesco Montenegro, dedicated to migrants arriving in Sicily, known for compassion at the margins. Stephen Ameyu Martin Mula, a leading figure for peace in war-torn South Sudan, promotes unity and hope. Gerhard Ludwig Müller, former head of the Vatican's Doctrine Office, strong traditional Catholic voice. Ladislav Nemet, a theologian and linguist from Serbia, focused on ecumenism and dialogue. Vincent Gerard Nichols, leading the church in England during cultural shifts, steady, diplomatic, and experienced. John Niue, known for his leadership in Kenya and his defense of Catholic social teaching. Kazimierz Nich, a voice of reason in Poland's sometimes polarized church. Diodone Nzapalainga, youngest archbishop in Bangi's history, peace negotiator in the Central African Republic. Peter Ebereok Paleke, rejected by one diocese but appointed to another, now a sign of healing and resilience in Nigeria. Juan José Omeya, president of Spain's bishops, well-connected, balanced, and close to Pope Francis. Carlos Osoro Sierra, former Archbishop of Madrid, known for pastoral tone and humility. Felipe Ouedraogo, former head of Africa's bishops, defender of African concerns in global church debates. Pietro Parolin, Vatican Secretary of State, diplomatic, multilingual, and very familiar with church governance. Giuseppe Petrocchi, philosopher bishop from L'Aquila, quiet leadership, strong faith. Christophe Pierre, Vatican ambassador to the U.S., bridge builder with years of diplomatic experience. Pier Battista Pizzaballa, Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, key player in Christian-Muslim relations in the Holy Land. Mario Aurelio Poli, successor to Pope Francis in Buenos Aires, knows the Pope's vision up close. Anthony Pula, first Dalit cardinal from India, a sign of inclusivity and breaking social barriers. Robert Francis Prevost, American-born, now heads the Vatican's bishop's office, trusted by Pope Francis. Vinko Puljic, a bridge between Catholics, Muslims, and Orthodox Christians in Bosnia-Herzegovina. Timothy Peter Joseph Radcliffe, British Dominican and preacher, loved for his thoughtful, inclusive style. Alvaro Leonel Ramazzini Imeri, a fiery voice for indigenous rights and environmental protection in Guatemala. Albert Malcolm Ranjith Patabendi Gidon, known for his liturgical traditionalism and political outspokenness in Sri Lanka. Baldassare Reina, bishop from Sicily with experience in seminary formation, young and rising. Roberto Repole, an academic theologian turned archbishop, symbol of Francis-style appointments. John Rebet, first cardinal from Papua New Guinea, environmentalist with deep pastoral roots. Francisco Robles Ortega, one of Mexico's senior voices, respected for pastoral experience and moderation. Sergio de Rocha, calm, clear, and focused on synodality, very much in tune with Francis' vision. Arthur Roche, head of Vatican liturgy, known for his firm yet pastoral handling of the mass debates. Angel Sixto Rossi, Jesuit from Argentina, close to the grassroots, simple and missionary-hearted. Luis José Rueda Aparicio, a major figure for peace and reconciliation in Colombia. Protaz Rugambwa has served both in Africa and the Vatican, known for organization and clarity. Stanislav Ryuko, former head of Vatican's lay council, steeped in papal teaching from the John Paul II era. Grzegorz Ryś, dynamic Archbishop of Łódź, Poland, popular with youth and strong on evangelization. Louis Raphael Sacco, Patriarch of the Chaldean Church, key leader for persecuted Christians in Iraq. Robert Serra, fierce traditionalist and former liturgy chief, known for spiritual depth and clarity. Odilo Pedro Scherer, a steady hand in São Paulo, committed to liturgy and theological orthodoxy. Marcello Semeraro, head of the Vatican's Sainthood Office, close friend and collaborator of Pope Francis. Berhaneasus Demereu Surafiel, an Ethiopian voice for peace, education, and interreligious dialogue. Jaime Spengler, president of Brazil's bishops, skilled in governance and consensus building. Leonardo Ulrich Steiner, Franciscan cardinal from the Amazon, committed to ecology and indigenous rights. Daniel Fernando Sturla, from Uruguay, Salesian with a strong youth and education focus. Ignatius Suharyo Harjo Atmajo, leading Indonesia's Catholics, known for calm leadership in a Muslim-majority country. Luis Antonio Gokim Tagle, global missionary leader, former Manila Archbishop and now in top Vatican post. Orani João Tempesta, from Rio de Janeiro, welcoming and very visible during World Youth Day 2013. Joseph William Tobin, pastoral and friendly, Archbishop of Newark and known for hospitality to immigrants. José Tolentino de Mendonça, poet, theologian, and Vatican culture chief, deeply intellectual with creative flair. Desiree Zara Hazana, Madagascar's leading prelate, quiet but active on family and social outreach. Emile Paul Cherig, veteran Vatican diplomat, first Swiss nuncio to Italy. Peter Codwo Appiah Turkson, champion of social justice and environmental care, respected worldwide. Jean-Paul Vesco, from Algeria, known for promoting dialogue and defending minority rights. Rainer Maria Welke, controversial but influential figure in Germany, known for conservative stances. Lazaro Yuhung-sik, Korean cardinal overseeing the Vatican's clergy office, trusted by Pope Francis. Mario Zenari, a longtime papal ambassador in Syria, known for staying during the Civil War. Matteo Maria Zuppi, Archbishop of Bologna and President of Italy's bishops, dialogue builder, peace negotiator, and strong papabile. So, who do you think will be the next pope? Leave your guess in the comments below, and when the white smoke rises, come back to see if you were right. If you enjoyed this video, share it with someone who loves the church, and don't forget to subscribe for more Catholic content, right here on Catholic Snack.